Welcome to part 9, walking on the Bristoria Road warpath. There's deer. See the deer up there? There they go. See him? I see lots of deer. My neighbor, actually, I help him out on his farm. He has a deer farm, of all things. It's a deer and elk farm. But there we go. I had to adjust the film. But that's one of the shots I had in Bristoria was really cool. The deer were in the yard. And I opened with, "Where else but Bristoria, Pennsylvania would you find deer feeding in your yard?" But yeah, welcome to part 9. I wasn't gonna shoot here, so I'll end up filming 10 parts to this 10-mile walk. And usually by now the films ran out or the battery ran out or so this is pretty cool. USA, USA. Like I said, when I first started doing these videos, I started putting them all up on Facebook, and I was just thinking to myself, if the guy filming the videos actually thinks that it's kind of boring sometimes, and it's like the same old politics, walking for the truth, it's like, but I've been doing it for 4 years, so maybe it's just me. I feel bad for my Facebook friends, because a lot of them aren't even political, and most of them are patriotic, but I don't think there's too many people as patriotic as I am in this country. I've been criticized by my own family, my friends. It's like, when are you gonna stop? Never. And like when I first started walking, my someone in my family, I won't mention any names, but we used to have this crazy kid that lived down the street, and he would be a vampire, and he'd run around town, and then all of a sudden he'd dress up like a cop looking for the vampire, and then later the cop would disappear, and then the vampire would appear running around, and he was the same guy. and then the priest would come out looking for the vampire. so every day it was like a different episode with this guy. So that's what one of my relatives said. "They're gonna think you're so and so." I'm not gonna name his name, but I'm like, come on, man. If our country wasn't in the shape it is right now, with these traders selling us out to the Chinese or whoever, back then I didn't know the whole story like I know now what's going on, but it's like, yeah, I've been criticized the whole way, been spit on. It's sad to say. I started walking because these politicians were trying to turn this war against our soldiers like they did in Vietnam, and I wasn't gonna have it. So it's pretty sad. I was spit on twice out on Route 119, the Route 119 warpath. I'll never forget. It was a red van the first time, and then this one guy in one of those little some kid, he was in a souped up Fast and the Furious kind of cars, and tinted windows, you know, and they slowed down and the passenger spit on me. Both times, the passengers spit on me. I've had a beer bottle thrown at me. Route 119. You know, it's like I was telling you guys in one film, I gave some talks at some grade schools to the kids, and I talked to these kids that I was a baseball coach and football coach here in West Greene, and one of my football players said, "I want to walk too," you know. And then so in my backpack I had all the stuff that flies off of cars and everything, bungee cords, you know, bolts and nuts, and you know, all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't, you know, there's a lot of stuff flying around on the highway. People don't realize it, but I'm not afraid. I like it. I actually, after I got spit on in a matter of 2 weeks, it was like in 2 weeks 2 people spit on me, and it actually drove me off the path. That's when I started walking on the I was walking on the bike trail, the Youghiogheny River Trail. It's where I'm going to take you guys when the weather clears up. And well, and I was working in this restaurant, and my buddy, his restaurant is my friend Al Hutch's Inn in Connellsville. It's very, very famous for their steaks, but I've been his chef off and on all my life. And he comes back in the kitchen. He says, "Some girl out here wants to talk to you. She can't believe that you're the guy that walks with the flag." And she came in, and she was so happy to see me. And we talked after work, and she gave me all these religious medals, and they're in my backpack. The medals that she gave me to keep me safe out on the highway. And she's a school teacher, and she had her whole class. They're, I believe, 5th graders. She had them all make pictures for me. They drew pictures for me and letters and stuff, and they wrote me letters and things. And ever since then, you know, I'm doing this to inspire patriotism in our youth, because they aren't taught patriotism, and they all, you know, all the little kids, every letter said, "I can't wait till I see you out on the highway." So with that, I'll see you in the last part of this video. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.